Hey crypto traders, what's up? It's your man Muro. Hope you're all fine. In this video, I wanna show you how to draw supply and demand zones. The feedback after I posted my first video about that topic was so awesome. You guys really want to learn this. And now that they destroyed all the markets with the coronavirus and we have an uncertain market, in my opinion, it's the best time to learn and improve your trading. So this method needs more explanation actually. I need to make a few videos about this topic to show you which supply and demand zones are strong, which will work, and a few tricks and methods that validate strong supply or demand zones. What are supply and demand zones and all that. Yes, it will be fun, but I need to start somewhere, so I thought that we start with the most simple thing. Damn, I was at the gym and I can barely speak right now, but yeah, somehow we need to start, guys. Okay, if I try to make the perfect video with the perfect settings, I might never start. So yeah, let's do it like this. I start with the basics. We have many types of supply and demand zones, but we can actually, to make it simple, speak about two types. Okay, we can, all the types that we have, we can say that they can be categorized into two types, and those are continuation and reversal formations. Okay, continuation means rally based rally or drop based drop, and reversals would be drop based rally or rally based drop. So we start with the rally based rally. It is basically this move here: rally, base, and rally. So when you see a formation like this, guys, and you have a high here and a low here, as soon as you see a new high, a higher high actually, okay, this is a higher high because it's higher than this high, we speak about the higher high and high low principle. Okay, we have a high, low, and a high. This is basically the rally, base, rally. So we see that we have a demand zone here, which is this last down candle's body to the low wick. Okay, so we would draw the demand zone in this example like this. So you could also have a formation like this, two bearish candles, and it's basically the same, but you draw the demand zone from the last down candle, which is this one in this case, and again you take the low wick. So this will be the demand zone. Rally, base, rally, higher high. So as soon as we have a higher high, guys, okay, so if this would not make a higher high and we had more bearish candles, then this would not be our demand zone, okay, because it has to make a higher high here. Let's say we have candle like this and then a higher high. So in this case it would be the same. The last down candle before the move that made the higher high is the demand zone. Let's say this candle would have a wick that is lower. Let me remove this. So we have a rally, base, and rally, and this is the higher high. Okay, let's say this bullish candle's wick is lower than this one's. So in such a case, guys, you just take the body of the last down candle and the lowest wick, because this is the swing low. Okay, this is the high, rally, base, and rally. As soon as we make a higher high, we can speak about a demand zone here. And we always take the body of the last down candle and we take the lowest wick, regardless if it's this one or this one. It could also be like this. Yeah? It would also be like this, and in such a case you would take it like this. Last down candle's body and this. So then we would have rally, base, rally. But this is the last down candle, so we take this candle's body here. Yo, and if we have a formation like this, so it means that we have a rally, base, rally, but only the wick here goes higher and the price closes back below, let's say here, even, it would still be considered a higher high. So as long as this candle closes bullish, it's a bullish candle, then we would have a higher high and still would draw our demand zone like this. So the price has to make a higher high and close bullish. Okay? So actually, technically, it could also close bearish. And some people would say that we have a rally, base, rally, and would draw their demand zone. But personally, I want to see a bullish candle. From my experience, I want this candle to at least be a bullish candle to validate this as a demand zone. Okay? But technically it would be a higher high. But for me to draw this as a demand zone, I want the candle to at least close bullish, something like this. So when we have a higher high, high, low, higher high, I would draw this here as a demand zone. Alright, in this example guys, I have something for you which is called a hidden demand zone. And the hidden demand zone is when you have a wick like this which is lower than the previous candle's wick. Okay, so we had this move here and then we have a wick which is lower than the previous candle's wick and then a higher high. So in such a case we can speak about a hidden demand zone guys, okay? Because actually technically we have a high, a low and a higher high here. Okay, high, low, higher high. So this is the rally, base, rally, and this would be a so-called hidden demand zone. So you take it from this candle's low body to the wick, and this would be a so-called hidden demand zone. This is so because in the smaller time frame you have bearish candles here, but on the daily time frame now you don't see it. Okay, so this is how you can draw it. Of course you can go into the smaller time frame and check what's going on there, but if you only look at this time frame, okay, and see something like this, you know that you have a rally, base, rally, so you can draw the so-called hidden demand zone here, and price would probably retest this hidden demand zone and show reaction. Okay guys, now let's say you have something like this here. Basically this is a rally, base, and drop. Okay, you don't have a low and then a higher high. What you have is a rally and then a drop, right? So you can also draw a zone here, which would be a supply zone, because we have a reversal here, which is rally base drop. Okay, and you would draw the supply zone always from the last bullish candle before the drop, like this. You take the body of the last bullish candle to the highest wick and would draw this as your supply zone. Rally, base, okay, and this is the drop. Again here, if you had a higher wick here, so if this wick would be higher from the bearish candle, you would draw it like this. So you would take the body of the last up candle here and the highest wick. You even have a bearish engulfing here, okay, a bearish engulfing structure. So I would consider this as a strong supply zone and expect the price to come back here and then drop further. And now guys, if you have suddenly a bullish candle here, this would be considered here, this one here would be considered as a demand zone, because the price rallies from here, right? Simple as that. The price starts to rally from there. Let's say this goes even higher here. Then you would say that this is your demand zone. So now we are speaking about the drop, base, rally. So this was the drop, okay, base, then rally. So in this case, again, you take the last up candle's body to the lowest wick. And if this wick would be here, again, then you would take this as your demand zone. So you have the drop. And actually now this looks like a rally, base, rally. But let's say this is not here, okay? Let's say the move comes from higher, so it is easier to understand that this is just the drop, base, rally. So don't think that these candles are here now. So basically what we have here now is a drop, base, and rally, okay? So what we do in such a case is we take the last down candle, body, and the wick, the lowest wick, regardless if it's here or here or even here, okay? It could also be this one. It could be like this here. So you take the lowest swing, so drop, base, rally. You would take the last down candle and draw your demand zone here. And basically guys, it is the same for all the other formations here. So what I've explained to you so far is rally, base, rally, drop, base, drop, supply. Okay, let's say we have a drop, base, drop. Let me show you that. So in this case, you would have a drop, a base, and a drop, which makes a lower low, okay? You have the low here, the base, and the drop. So drop, base, drop. And if this is the wick here, of course you draw your supply zone like this. You take the last up candle and then you see the higher high, so you have a supply zone, which is the last up candle before the move that led to a lower low. Okay, drop, base, lower low here, so this is your supply zone. Alright, so now that we had all the types here, okay, we had all the types. We had rally, base, rally, which was this one. All types to draw. Let's zoom out a bit and look how we can draw demand zones on the BTC chart here, for example. Let's start here. We have a rally, a base, so we can draw our demand zone here, right guys? Pretty clear. Rally, base, and a higher high here. So this is the demand zone, price goes in it and then creates a new high. So after this was a higher high, price makes a new high, and we take the last down candle and the lowest wick, which is this in this case. After this high, the lowest wick, and price revisits that demand zone and makes a new high. Then we have a demand zone here with this low. Alright, demand zone here as well. Then a new high. Demand zone here. Because guys, here you see that the down candle makes a new high, a higher high actually, right? So this is a base. Rally, base, and rally. But as I said earlier, I want the candle to be bullish to draw my demand zone here. This candle is not bullish, so I wouldn't immediately draw my demand zone here. But in this case, because the next candle is a bullish one and closes, I mean, it makes a higher high, this is a demand zone. You got what I mean? We have rally, so this would be like this then, rally and base, rally. Okay, let's look further. As you see, price revisits this range and shows reaction. This is the new high. Here we have a higher high, so we draw a demand zone here. But we draw it from here. Although this looks nice, price revisits this range here. But because this was the higher high and this is the swing low after that, we take this low. But although this is the demand zone for this here, okay, and in this specific time frame we also have a rally, base, rally, so this is actually a demand zone again for its own, and this is why the price stays above it. And after we have this higher high here formed, we have a demand zone here, and we take the lowest point, which is there. Okay, so we have the demand zone here, guys. Rally, base, rally, right? This is the new high. We only have bullish candles here. And after that, BTC went down, as you know. So let's stop with demand zones for now. As you see, this demand zone show really nice reaction. And after this one broke the lower ones here, this one shows nice reaction. And then also this lower one here shows nice reaction. Here the price tries to stay above the demand zone, and then there's probably in a smaller time frame there's something here probably which yeah, keeps the price above this zone here. Okay, I think, yeah, it is of course here RS range. That's why the price shows reaction here and does a reversal actually. But yeah, let's start with supply zones now. So we have a rally, we had a rally here, right guys? So we take the last up candle and draw a huge supply zone, last down candle at the high. But this is too big, right? This supply zone. So therefore you have to go into the smaller time frame and look what's going on there. But this one actually is a nice one. You see, price revisits and goes down again. Here also. And currently I'm only looking at the extreme ones that come into the eye right now that you see immediately. Of course there are other ones in the smaller time frame especially. But I am looking at the extreme ones here right now. Here's supply zone, small one, and what do we have here? Rally, base, rally, base, rally. So we take this last down candle as a demand zone. The swing low. Rally, base, rally. Rally, base, rally. We take this as demand zone. Rally, base. So here is a small demand zone as well. You see, rally, base, rally, but it price breaks through it. So let's take this one. Okay. Let's go back to the supply zone. Here you have a pretty clear supply zone. Last up candle and you take the high wick. Rally, base, drop, and price comes back to the supply zone. Here's probably also, this is also a supply zone here. Even a bearish engulfing structure. This is a supply zone. Last up candle we take as supply zone, okay? This is also supply zone here on the daily. Rally, base. Yeah, let's go into the smaller time frame actually to see what is going on here. So we can draw the zones more accurate. because guys, on a daily time frame you get entries that are too big, so you don't want to put your stop too far away, right? So that's why you go into the smaller time frame. Let's look what happened here, okay, in the small time frame. So we had a supply zone here. Look at this. You see, and price went back in it. This one here, and also this one. We had the rally, and price made no higher high with hold on. Okay, this looks too ugly for me right now. I want the extreme ones, but actually here's the demand zone. Okay, this is a demand zone. If you take the last up candle, supply zone, I mean, if you take the last up candle and the high wick, you see that this is a supply zone. So rally base, drop, and price comes back in it. Actually, it comes back here. Look, it drops, comes back in it, and then it comes back into the supply zone again, gets rejected. Here you have a supply zone as well. And what happens is price comes back into that supply zone, it gets rejected. This is a supply zone. This is also a supply zone. And as you see, price comes into that supply zone and reverses. Yo, here is a supply zone. Here. Drop, base, drop. Price comes back into it and then does the reversal. Then you have lower low, drop, base, drop. So you take the last down candle before that, and as you see, also price gets rejected there. This is where Bitcoin is currently. Supply zone here. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. You see drop, base, and the lower low, so you take the lowest, the last up candle, right? Drop, base, drop, and what happens is price comes back there. Yeah, this is where we at right now. This is where we at right now. You can, of course, now that this, guys, when you have something like this, of course you can draw a demand zone here, because price rallies from here. Okay, this is the last down candle, so you can draw, mark this as demand zone. What happens is price moves, comes back here, and makes a higher high here. You have a demand zone here as well now, because rally base, a rally, so last down candle and the lowest point here. The price is now currently in this demand zone, but of course here is the supply zone, so it is ranging in between them. Alright guys, I think this is enough for the first video. I tried to make it as simple as possible, and of course there's more to explain about supply and demand. For example, how to determine strong zones and weak zones. In general, the old school knowledge says that the harder the move is from a zone, the stronger, the stronger the move is that precedes a zone, the stronger the reaction will be when price revisits the range, the zone. So that's what the old school knowledge tells you about supply and demand zones. Personally, I think that it is more important that the supply and demand zones have to be fresh, so that the price revisits those ranges fast, okay, so that doesn't take too long, because if the whales create, for example, a supply zone here, they don't want to wait 1 year until the price goes back there, okay. So here you have the end of January 2018, and this is only a month later. On the daily time frame, that's okay. And there are certain rules for the different time frames, and that's something I need to explain in further videos. I don't want to make this video too complicated, but there are definitely methods and tricks to determine strong and weak zones, and hopefully I will have time soon to make more videos about this topic. So this is it, and hope you liked it. I hope this could help some of you. So again, guys, here you see supply zone, drop, base, drop. If you take the last up candle here, it's a nice supply. Price revisits that range not long time later and gets rejected. And again here, same story. Right? So this is actually really nice method to trade if you master it and combine it with other things like support and resistance, trend lines. I also use trend lines, although I don't like to draw them because they look ugly on charts. They look ugly as fuck, to be honest, but they are quite useful. So if you look at this one here, for example, yeah, I mean, trend lines are really useful. I like them, I love them, I trade them, but yeah, this is it, guys, for now. Here again, a trend line. This was why I longed this range, by the way, as mentioned earlier in the first videos, guys. This was why I longed this range. We had the trend line, we had this demand, and actually the price showed reaction, but then of course the FUD and the virus thing, yeah, caused this one, destroyed all the markets, also the non-crypto markets, not just crypto. So one last thing before I quit this video. As a trader, you don't really care about the price of an asset that you trade, because you trade volatility. And if Bitcoin is at 10K or at 1K, it shouldn't matter to you because you trade it. Okay, if you anticipate a move that goes up, you take the move and trade it and take your profit. If you anticipate a move that goes down, you trade it. So I am personally optimistic that Bitcoin will still be an interesting and nice and really a nice asset to trade after this whole drama and panic settles down. So it's all good, guys, it's all good. Also, the market cap of Bitcoin has to be above a certain level because the supply is limited, so I don't think that we go below 1K or so, okay? So don't think that we go to zero. Bitcoin has value, and if it didn't bottom out here, then it will bottom out soon. Yeah, maybe at 2,600 or so. I don't think that we go much lower here. We can definitely say that things will be all right again soon, and we can keep on trading Bitcoin, maybe even to all-time highs in future. So stay optimistic, guys. Stay careful. Hope this could help you, and see you soon. Bye bye.